Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. Last time when we left off, we explored the Athens and Macedon systems of the Artemis Tau cluster. This time, our target is the Sparta system, and I believe this is going to be our very last pure exploration video. After this, we will switch gears back to story missions as we go to Knossos, where Liara T'Soni's dig site is found. But, before we do that, we do still have one more exploration episode to go. Let's head to the Sparta system. Okay, here is the Sparta system. Let's go. Alsages. Small distant Alsages is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of methane and argon. The surface is composed of water ice and calcium with occasional deposits of light metals. During the Alliance's pirate suppression campaign in the 2160s, the Batarian Eluam Ranpara was caught with his frigate Tunaran grounded on Alsages for drive discharge. When challenged by the cruiser Hyderabad, Ranpara refused to surrender. The Tunaran was destroyed attempting to take off. The debris is strewn across the southern hemisphere. Orbital period 73.8 Earth years, radius 4,926 kilometers, day length 23.3 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.00 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 193 Celsius, surface gravity 0.7 G. Survey. Rare element surveyed. Scans from orbit have detected a small deposit of plutonium. Alright. Looks like we have 2 asteroid belts. I don't see anything on the outer one. Ontomalka. Ontomalka is a large hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in the atmosphere. Its massive gravity well tugs many asteroids from the outer belt inwards past the orbit of Altia and Edolus and eventually settle into the inner belt. Ontomalka's orbit is congested with hundreds of captured moons. Most last only a few thousand years before being ejected, dragged down into the atmosphere, or ripped apart by tidal forces and added to the gas giant's immense rings. Attempting to navigate this chaotic environment is hazardous at best. Ships without military-grade kinetic barriers are likely to suffer catastrophic impacts. Orbital period 39.1 Earth years, radius 72,492 kilometers, day length 17.7 Earth hours. Survey. Gas deposit surveyed. Scans from orbit have detected a large concentration of hydrogen. Okay. Next is Altia. Altia is an unusually large terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of methane and ammonia. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of sandstone and other sedimentary rocks with deposits of iron and chlorides. Judging by the sedimentary composition of the crust, it appears that Altia once possessed an atmosphere thick enough to support some form of liquid. What cataclysm stripped the atmosphere and left the planet to freeze is not currently known. Orbital period 18.1 Earth years, radius 11,190 kilometers, day length 47.2 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.20 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature minus 136 Celsius, surface gravity 1.7 G. Then we have Edolus, which is the one we can land on, so we'll save it for a moment. Unknown asteroid cluster. A collection of small siliceous asteroids loosely bound together by gravity, radius 12 kilometers. Survey. Prothean data disk recovered. While scanning the asteroid field in the Sparta system, you found signs of habitation. A recon team was sent to investigate one of the larger asteroids. The rock had a small functioning biodome, but no sign of anyone still living there. There was, however, a data console with an intact Prothean data disk inside. Nice. Tremanre. Tremanre is a dwarf planet composed of light magnesium silicates with deposits of aluminum. Its surface is covered by wide swaths of ancient dark basaltic lava, possibly indicating the world was created through an impact with some other body in the system. Tremanre's magnetic field is non-existent. This makes it impossible for ships to dump drive charge from orbit. That said, Tremanre's minuscule gravity allows even cruiser-sized vessels to land safely for direct grounding. Orbital period 1.0 Earth years, radius 1,528 kilometers, day length 1.0 Earth years, atmospheric pressure 0.00 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 55 Celsius, surface gravity 0.1 G. And finally, Edolus.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Edolus. Edolus is a terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Edolus' surface is covered by wide deserts of silicate sand with only a few areas of igneous rock highlands to break the abrasive, dust-choked wind. Edolus' orbit is congested with debris thrown inwards by the gravity of the gas giant onto Malka. Due to a high rate of meteor impacts, exploration is highly dangerous. Orbital period 2.7 Earth years, radius 5,729 kilometers, day length 50.3 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.8 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature -1 Celsius, surface gravity 0.87 G, and we can land. And before I do land, I just want to point out that I have since done a little more research on the question of different experience by killing things in and out of the Mako. And it is true that in the original version, you got significantly more experience for killing things outside of the Mako, but they actually removed the difference in the Legendary Edition. So in the Legendary Edition, you get just as much experience for staying inside the Mako, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's land. We're going to take Tali and Caden, as we've been doing recently. And here we go. So the distress signal is to the north of us. Let's turn south first. There's something unmarked and interesting over here. We can't even interact with it. Fair enough. Let's go west from here. But yeah, and I wanted to check my journal too. Ah, the missing Marines. Distress call. Land on Edolus in the Sparta system of the Artemis Tau cluster and investigate the source of the distress call. I'm still 2 heavy metals away from finishing this. I need 3 more Prothean data disks. Still fairly far off of that. But another thing I've looked ahead on mostly to ease my own mind about it, is that there definitely are still collectibles in the systems where the story missions take place. So it's not like we're supposed to have all the collectible missions done before we move on to the story systems. Let's survey this mineral. Rare element surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a small deposit of polonium. Not bad. Let's head southeast from here. That's where our second mineral deposit is. There are 3 on this map. Here's number 2.
Heading to position.
Palladium deposit. Heavy metal surveyed. You've successfully surveyed a large deposit of palladium. Hey, hey, hey. 1 more heavy metal, and the valuable minerals quest is finally done. Speaking of, we have a 3rd deposit northeast of here. Let's head there next. Lithium deposit. Light metal surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a deposit of lithium. Alright. That's fine. Let's head north now to this debris. Salvage it. Crashed probe. Begin manual bypass. Ooh, this is a tough one. Got it. Shield modulator 6, kinetic stabilizer 5, energized weave 6. Those all sound like yawn at this point. Alright, due north we have an anomaly. Unspecified. We'll go there next. Mummified Solarian. Recover artifact. ID tag recovered. You found Captain Mylan's identification tag. How it ended up here is impossible to know for sure. Sounds like we leveled up. So that's 3 out of 3 ID tags. Those are done. We have 2 League medallions left to find, which is just fine. Let's level up. Oh, Shepard is finally down to a single talent per level. Figured it had to happen eventually. Let's take what would have been the 6th and final rank of Soldier. Increases health by 14%, regenerates 5.5 health per second. For Caden, we'll raise Barrier. Increases barrier duration to 11.5 seconds and shielding to 460. And for Tali, we'll take Hacking up a level. Lowers the recharge time of Sabotage, Overload, and Damping by 15%. Very nice. Alright. Now let's head southwest to where the distress signal is. They're dead. It's a Thresher Maw! Bagged and tagged. Alright. Well, let's see here. Medical kit, of course. Upgrade kit. Tungsten round 6, incendiary round 6. Not that awesome. Is that it? I think that's it.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Journal update. Missing Marines. Speak to Kahoku. You found the dead bodies of men who served under Admiral Kahoku. Return to the Citadel Tower and inform the Admiral of their fate. That's our last assignment besides the collection stuff. Can hardly believe it.
These are Admiral Kahoku's men. We need to tell him what happened here.
Yeah, alright. I guess we're done. That was quick and easy. We'll go visit Kahoku. Tell him what's up. I don't like this trend of having to bounce back to the Citadel all of a sudden. There's been a lot of that and we didn't have to do it. Oh well. That is all the exploring we can do without going after a story mission. That is pretty crazy. Let's go back to the Citadel once again. ahead and land her, buddy. Off we go.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
The elevator.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle.
Yeah, sure. We know.
Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
Alright, we gotta go back to the tower. That is where Admiral Kahoku is. Right over here. What's up, bruh?
No, I'm waiting to... Commander, any word on my missing men?
They're dead.
I found them. What was left of them. They ran into a thresher maw.
A thresher maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
They were set up.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Not my problem.
I don't have time for this.
You've already done enough, Shepard. The rest is up to me.
Journal, experience. Okay, yeah, wow, missing Marines is done. Look at that. You informed Admiral Kahoku of the fate of his men. Kahoku has promised to investigate their deaths further. Complete. Yeah, so there we go. We have the collection quests left. The fan is sticking in our journal. But I don't think we can do anything else except choose where to progress the story. That's amazing to have gotten to this point. I mean, we knew we would eventually. That was always the game. But to actually be there feels like the end of an era. I was blown away by how much galaxy there was to explore.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many
And how long it was
colonial
going to
investors
take.
are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
But here we finally are. It did take a long time. We got all the way to level 36, which is pretty bananas. We're ready to head to Knossos and the Artemis.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
We're ready to head to Knossos to advance the main story.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
We get our choice of 3 story missions. The first one I'm going to do is find Liara T'Soni, and we will get to that on the next installment of Let's Play Mass Effect. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking with me through the big, gigantic festival of exploration and side missions that this playthrough has been for, I think, a solid, like, 25 episodes or so at this point. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you enjoy my content, I hope you'll give the video a like and consider subbing to the channel. If you want to discuss this or any of the other content I create, the best place to do that is my Discord server. That link is in the video description. And if you care to support me or the channel, the best way to do that is through my Patreon page. That link is also in the video description. Patreon supporters get to nominate and vote for the games they'd like to see played on the channel. One such game is Mass Effect. What's going to be in this slot next time? If you care to, you can help decide. If not, no worries. Do know that I really, really appreciate the time you spend watching. I think your time is valuable, and I'm grateful that you choose to spend some of it watching my videos. Thanks very much. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.